Hi, everybody. My name is Jacob Ferguson, and I am here to discuss episode 3 of All Stars 8. Now, All Stars 8 is turning out to be a really weird season. It has a lot of twists and turns. First and foremost, we found out that 3 people had voted Kahana Montrese, of course, Naisha Lopez being one of them. Also, before we really begin, first off, I'm wearing a Hamburger Mary shirt, but also it's an elephant. I know, Seashell. They didn't believe me the first time either. Come here. Come here. Say hi. Alright, go play. Go play. Name him in the comments. I want to see name suggestions. Or her. Or them. You know. As long as it's not a dumb name. Winner of the comments gets to name the elephant. I don't know. Elephants are my favorite animal. In fact, 1 minute. Seashell, this is not about you. You know, So, I have these guys from the Bahamas. I haggled the price of them. Thanks, Dad. I don't know what they are made out of, but they are very special to me. I also have, like, a lot of other different elephants, so. Anyway, let's talk about All Stars. So this week we found out Naisha Lopez, Mrs. Kasha Davis, and Jessica Wilde voted for Kahana Montrese to go home, while the rest of them voted for Naisha. Do you think Naisha is going to be Queen of the Fame Games? I honestly don't think so. So, this week, the queens were challenged to do a supermarket ball. And in the supermarket ball, they had to present 3 looks: Queen of the Dairy Aisle, Fruity Patootie, and Supermarket Supermodel. So, we're going to go in descending order, starting with Jimbo. Also, the workroom got, a little bit clustered with all of the queens making stuff, and they were kind of reading each other. Lala Ree and Heidi in Closet tried to discuss their alliance. It's a big mess. Jimbo tonight underwhelmed me. Her first look is this milk look, and she says, "I'm blowing bubbles in milk." First off, if you're blowing bubbles in milk, mama, jail. Don't be doing that. Also, Rocky Horror. But don't be doing that. That's just not appropriate. Also, my brain is scattered today. Anyway, Jimbo's first look. I didn't like it. If you're blowing bubbles in milk, mama, go straight to jail. Unless it's Harvey Milk, But yeah, go straight to jail. You can't. I worked with kids for a while, and the amount of times that they would spill their milk because they were blowing bubbles in it. If I had a nickel, I'd have a lot of nickels, but, still. Her Fruity Patootie look, it's just, it wasn't good, in my opinion. You could see Cher, RuPaul, all of that. It looked like something that would come out of the pop art thing, which is fine, but at the same time, when everybody else is doing fruit looks, kind of take a hint. It wasn't good. It wasn't good, and I think that Jimbo's getting held to a higher standard for doing the bare minimum because she's from another country, and that she's one of the fan favorites. Though I've seen a lot of fans online dash Jimbo against the rocks because of the fact of her breastplate and all of that. Her final look, I didn't like either. It was farm to runway type stuff. It was like a Nina West inspired artichoke lettuce thing. And this is the time when I think that her breastplate might have helped her. Not her big breastplate, but like breastplate, because it looked, if you hear that, that's Seashell doing seashell stuff. It looked a little bit bulky up here, and it looked a little bit congested up here. So when she was called, I was like, oh, she's definitely going to be bottom 3. And then they said, oh no, we loved your looks. When? Where? And they were going, it's so high fashioned and you sold it so well. Who cares if she sold it well? This look is not it. So for Jimbo, all 3 of her looks were boots for me. Let's go to Candy Muse. Now, in my family, I love Candy Muse. I follow her on Twitter. She is funny. I've drawn pictures of her, which she hasn't liked. Because it was like kind of John Carpenter's The Thing. I enjoy Candy Muse. But her looks tonight, I liked 2 of them, hated the other. So her first look, Don't Cry Over Spilt Milk, it was very good. 1 minute. I'm back. I was thirsty. And what better than milk? Her first look was very good. It was spilled milk. If a little bit too short. I think my family's issue with it, my brother and my mom's issue, is that Candy kind of left a sour taste in my mom's mouth. Because she watched season 13, she just didn't like Candy Muse. As for my brother, he just hopped on the hate train, apparently. But I like her. I think that she's good. I liked her cherry look. My family did not, I do agree that it was a little bit short. Of course, I can't show you on camera. But, from her waist down, I think that if she had brought that beaded stuff, made it kind of like I don't want to be rude, but like a gypsy skirt kind of thing, like what you might see on Esmeralda or something like that. Something longer, might have been better with the beads, because I think that the beads looked really cool, but I didn't like that you could kind of see her panties. Let me back up a little bit. Oh, Lord. So, next up, you have her final look, which was this Jiggly Caliente mess. This was my least favorite look that she did, and it was a boot. For me, I think both of her other looks were toots, but she would have been safe. In my eyes, I think that she would just safe. But I really did enjoy the first 2 looks. This other look just wasn't, what was it? What was it trying to be? Let's not forget her sketch was so detailed. She had the box and another box for the cape, and well, that was about it. But she sort of knew what she was doing. If I had to choose, though, I think that I would have chosen her bag ball look over anything. Next, Lalaurie. Lalaurie, for me, did really well, but again, I think was just safe. Her first look, it was very Alicia Keys, Mary J. Blige, cow. I liked it. It was very avant-garde. Seashell, what are you doing? Sorry, my cat is too cute for this channel. But yeah, she kind of gave me Mary J. Blige, cow, print, realness. So, what are you doing? What? Don't go in there. Anyway, I really did enjoy this look. Her second look was my favorite look of the night, obviously. I loved her caramel apple look. Sorry. Seashell, did you like her caramel apple look? Okay. Um, pointed silence. Her caramel apple look was very out of the box. It was very fresh. We hadn't seen it yet. So that was a toot. And her final look was not the bags. I wish that she'd come out with the bags. I do. I don't think that she could ever top the bags. And it's sort of bad when you have something that you're known for, and then you redo a ball, and then it's just not as good as what you gave. So, I think that she was just safe. This is a toot, but it was just safe for me. Next up is Heidi in Closet. Heidi in Closet was in the top for me this week. Her first look, the milk lady look. I think this is what Silky was trying to be. I loved it. It was very beautiful, very gorgeous. It's a toot. Her second look, the strawberry. My God, toot. I like that it was a different fruit other than a banana or a lemon or blueberries. It was a strawberry, and she was the only one that came out in the strawberry look. So it's a toot. And her final look, oh my gosh. This might have been the best look of the night, if only because of the gradient of colors. It was giving me very Evie Oddly Farm to Runway, which is not a bad thing. Seeing Heidi safe blew my mind. I think that the balls are just about weeding out contestants that they don't want, or putting safe contestants that they sort of want, but at the same time, or whatever. We'll get into more about Heidi in a little bit, but let's move on because we're already 12 minutes in and we've barely scratched the surface. Kahana Montrese. Again, another top for me tonight. Her first look, though, where was the tail? She was a cow without a tail. Why? Why was she a cow without a tail? Where was the tail? And her second look was my favorite. It was the banana. I think that she had my third favorite fruit look of the night. For me, that was a toot. And then her final look was also a toot. It was giving very Brooklyn Heights, though, mixed with, it was very Lawrence Chaney Iron Brew type beat. But it was still good. I enjoyed her take on it. I just wish that it was, I don't know. I just don't think that she fully got to where she needed to go. Still would have put her in the top, or La La Ree. That's kind of the thing. I think that either one of them deserved to be in the top, but not both. Next up is Alexis Michelle, and she came out as a cow with the tail, so already face Heaney. I enjoyed this look. It was very home on the range, though, but I think that's very much Miss Michelle's drag. She has a very home on the range aesthetic. Very, it's time to eat children, but also white woman going to the store. As for her blueberry look, it was very Violet Beauregard. Each time I see blueberries on the runway, or blue, I might Violet. In fact, that's what I would have done. I would have come out as Violet Beauregard, turned into the blueberry. But I enjoyed this look, though I wish there was a lot more fruit. Not gonna lie, I wish that there was a lot more fruit on the dress, because there was fruit in her hair, but that was about it. It was a lovely violet gown, let's be real, but at the same time, it was very Violet Beauregard going to the Met Gala, which is fine, but at the same time, I wish there was something more fruity about it. Her final look I had to look up. It was the liner in paper bag thing. It was very Whole Foods chic. I enjoyed it. It wasn't a top, but it was okay. I think that she was a high safe. In the words of Lux Noir London, I think she was a high safe. So next up, we have James Mansfield. James already talked ad nauseum about her runway looks. So go watch her YouTube video where she talks about her looks. Her first look was a last minute addition pizza box cookie stuff, and I liked it. My brother is really pulling for James Mansfield and Lala Ree, so I think that, I think we're all pulling for James Mansfield. I think that she does a very good job at being James Mansfield. Her fashion is off the charts. It's very 60s. Her first look was. Her second look was the lemon. This one, I was a little bit meh about because I could kind of see the black a little bit. But after she kind of explained it, I have an appreciation. It's a soft toot. And her final look is a toot as well. Again, as my brother said while we were watching it, it screamed safe. It did. But it was a good thing nonetheless. Next up, Mrs. Kasha Davis. Oh, God. Honey, Mrs. Kasha Davis. Mama. Oh, God. Her first look, sour cream. What was sour cream about it? Made me want a sour cream throw up all over the floor because, God, it was just bad. And I think she and Darian both had the same problem where it was very just bad. Her second look was a banana look, which was very Deborah Cox sort of banana. It's like what Kimora Moore wore on Drag Race Canada. Banana chic. But again, after coming after Kahana Montrese, you can't really do banana the same. It just didn't hit the mark. And her third look, I love Mrs. Kasha Davis. I love her attitude. But I can't in good conscience say that she ate with this look. It was like she went to the clearance section and rolled around. And you can explain that you're going to a kid's birthday party. It still's not gonna look good. So she gets all three boots. As for Darian Lake, again, all three boots. Her first look, I agree with the judges. It was a little bit too long. But I got the concept. I thought that she looked good, but to be honest, I just didn't enjoy it. Her second look was just bad. I'm all about body positivity. I think, if you gotta show it, if you want to show your body, do it. Like, I liked the reveal, but the banana in the back was just not it for me. It kind of made me want to throw up. Only because I was like, oh man, gross. And then they made the joke about her shitting banana. I'm like, stop it. I don't want to hear that. I'm eating, This is a food challenge. You don't say gross shit like that at the dinner table. God. And my mom hated that look. She freaked out about it because she's like, this is bad. And her third look was not the Princess Leia outfit that she did. But I would hearken to say it's not as iconic. It was not memorable. I think that's the problem. I love Darian Lake. I drew a picture of Darian Lake in her basketball look. Her basketball look is amazing. This was just a miss. It's all three boots. And finally, my cat is, she's white, and so she sheds a lot of white fur. And I kept those blankets in the nice place safe. And I thought, oh, see, she'll never lay in those. She's currently laying in it. The one place where white fur did not reign supreme, and she said, yep, that's me. Anyway, Jessica Wilde had my three favorite looks of the night. Her first look, the Fruit Loops. Are you kidding me? Nobody else is doing what she's doing. Her second look, amazing acai berries. I love that drink. It was amazing. And her third look, well, not as good as Heidi's, I would say, because of the materials used. She was what Miss Vanjie was trying to be in her look that she went home on. So, in the end, we find out Jessica Wilde gets the win, well deserved, and she lip syncs against Raja in a La Veneno. Look, I'm very bad at pronouncing things. I apologize. She lip syncs against Raja O'Hara to Coconuts by Kim Petras. I love it. I loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. My mom couldn't understand. She's like, coconuts aren't juicy. They're hard. I'm like, Mom, they're talking about boobies. She's like, but they're not. Coconuts aren't. I'm like, Mom, it's about boobies. It's about boobies. They're boobies. I think it was a little bit weird that Jimbo, didn't get this lip sync song. That being said, Jessica Wilde knocked it out of the park. And Raja O'Hara just didn't give it her all. It was very boom clap of her to do that. But I think that she was just there to have fun. And also, she didn't wear a big enough breastplate. And Jessica Wilde produces the lipstick stick of Mrs. Kasha Davis. I don't agree. I think Darian Lake should have gone home. That being said, I get where Jessica is coming from. She got the worst critiques. Mrs. Kasha Davis did, so. Let's talk about Heidi quitting. In Untucked, Heidi basically said that she wanted to leave the competition. She disassociated or zoned out for a little bit while talking to JoJo Siwa, which I was very upset that James Mansfield didn't say, I dressed up as you. That would have been iconic. But she didn't, so we're not, or maybe she did, but they didn't include it, which sucks for the producers. But poor Heidi. I feel as though she's kicking herself in the foot. I think that she has a chance of being in the top 2 of the season. Because as I found out now, they're having a top 2. I'm like, they're having a top 2 of the season, which is fine. But I think that Heidi is leaving herself out to dry. If she leaves, I hope that Heidi gets a second chance at All-Stars, where it's not as rigged to anybody in particular. I mean, it's always going to be rigged. Let's tell fact. And I think that this season, the producers are showing their cards more than they did on season 6. Season 6 was the perfect season, except for putting Akira in the bottom during the Prince, when she was Prince. But, it was sort of the perfect season because of the fact that everybody got along. There was no, big real drama, and, people won multiple times. And it was a great season. But that's because the producers didn't show their cards. I think with this, since Jimbo is here, Jimbo's kind of being favored. I can tell that Jimbo is being favored because of the fact of her winning last week, which I didn't agree with, and this week her being in the top, which I, again, didn't agree with. I think that she deserved low, if not bottom placement for her looks. And the fact that they're praising her, I'm like, just isn't for me. My top 2 of the week is Jessica Wilde for all 3 looks. Though I will say that, well, no, not all 3. Jessica Wilde for the first look, Alexis Michelle for the second look, and Heidi in Closet for the third look. My bottom boot of the week is Mrs. Kasha Davis for all 3, except for her Fruity Patootie look, which I'm going to give to Darian Lake. All right. So, who would you guys have sent home? What did you guys think of the episode? Who do you think is going home next? And who do you think is going to win? I think that Jimbo is probably going to win. Um, but I could see Lala Ree or James Mansfield coming out on top. Thanks, guys. Hope to see you guys soon. Bye.